Boxing on DAZN, sponsored by William Hill.
Here's the moment Jack Catterall waited over 2 years for, that moment to get that victory over Josh Taylor. It wasn't the same as it was a couple of years ago, no belts on the line, but the moment still is as sweet as ever. Will we see another one between these two? It is now one apiece. Maybe we will. All right, so many big fights still to come your way on DAZN, not just in the next couple of weeks, in the next couple of months.
Hey champ, I know why you're here. You're a born winner, the top dog. You have a proper punch on you. It only takes one, eh? But I know you're not all about throwing haymakers. You know your bobs from your weaves, and you know DAZN's got over 150 fights every year. Over 150, proper stat. All the action, the chaos, the comebacks, the non-stop knockouts. Big fights every week. So get those gloves back on. Together, we're boxing royalty. DAZN, undisputed.
Welcome to Beyond the Bell. 3 has become 4. Andy Lee has hopped, skipped and footed his way from commentary position to join us. Andy, I've got their take on their scorecards. A draw, 116-114, Josh said to Jack. What did you have it?
I thought Catterall by a round or 2.
Okay.
I thought just pulled away, just did enough at the end. Very close fight and could have been different. Could have been a draw. Yeah, it could have been a draw, or could have been even went to Taylor.
We know when you hear 117, 111, and look, a few of those were swing rounds, difficult rounds to score. But then how do you make sense of 2 judges giving it 117, 111 when you, all 3 of you, had it that close?
Yeah, well, the rounds were close, but they might have just had Catterall nicking more of the round, so they build up. So it looks worse than it is. But also, they'd be aware of the history. Maybe they overcompensated a little bit, thinking about the fight in the past and went a little bit too far in the wrong direction.
You're spot on. They've watched the first fight. I'm sorry. No one can score that 117, 111. I'm sorry. You can't do that.
Yeah.
No, in no way, shape or form was that ever a 117, 111 fight. I'm sorry. They watched the first fight.
But the most important thing, as opposed to the first fight, is the right person won.
It is.
Yeah. Whereas when we walked away from the first fight, everyone was like, okay, 1 second, the wrong person got their hand raised.
At
least the right person
Two wrongs don't make a right.
No, but the right person got...
I'm with Tony.
2 wrongs don't make a right. I'm sorry.
Fighters sticking with
Andy,
each other.
they cannot come in here tonight and have seen... There was never a 117, 111 fight in that ring. Both guys put it all on the line. Exchange. If someone gets that decision by 2, 3 rounds tops, I can have that. But like, I had a draw. I couldn't have complained if it went to either one. But if someone's by 1 or 2, I can't complain. But
if that is the case, where you're saying that you know, the influence from the first fight, then it's very sad for sport.
Yeah, it's hard to believe, isn't it?
Did you see a 117, 111?
I didn't.
So one second, here are the stats from the fight. You can see how close it was. Punches thrown. Obviously, Jack Catterall a bit more than Josh Taylor, 531 to 491. More jabs landed by Jack Catterall. Power punches landed, though, more for Josh Taylor. So Josh Taylor landed more of the power punches.
I actually think there was only one fighter in there who got hit on numerous occasions tonight, and I think that was Josh Taylor. Jack Catterall was the clear puncher of the 2, the stronger of the 2. But I'm not going to lie, Josh Taylor walked into the fire all night and he pressed the puncher in Jack Catterall back. That's why I gave him so many rounds, because he outpunched him in rounds and he pushed him back. And I'm sorry, you can't lose rounds when you do that. If you're on the front foot and you're having success and outlanding a man, it's what Usyk done to Fury last week. Usyk done to Fury last week. He pushed him back and he outlanded him. He didn't hurt him massively, but well, he did in round 9. But ultimately, he pushed him back and outlanded him. Josh Taylor done that in multiple rounds. When you do that, Ade, you can't lose a round. I'm sorry, boxing doesn't allow you to lose a round when you're on the front foot and you outland the fighter.
Josh, I remember halfway through this fight, I was talking to people ringside, Josh, and a lot of people had it 5-1 Catterall or 4-2 Catterall. It almost felt like Catterall was running away with it.
Yeah.
And then somehow Josh Taylor found something to get straight back into it.
Yeah, I think he was... At times he was trying to keep it long, but then he was closing his own different distance down. And he couldn't throw long, because when he was throwing long, it was enough room for Jack to be elusive and see the shots, and he'd turn the shoulder on, and he'd come over with little uppercuts and hooks. But yeah, he seemed to get momentum, and you know, there were times when Josh looked like he took a shot and it was hurt as well. But we talk about people being on the offensive. I don't think we're talking enough about how good defensively Jack was. In the corner, it was pinned back at times. Yeah, that's Josh forcing that, making him go back to the corner. But Jack was making a lot of them shots miss or catching him on the shoulder or elbows.
It was the sneaky little lead hand into the body I liked tonight from Josh Taylor. And I must also touch on how brave he was, because he was hurt on numerous occasions. And listen, there's nothing worse than getting hit by a fighter and consistently hurt. It takes an awful lot of cojones or nuts to go back in and keep fighting. It really does, guys.
Champions resilience, that.
Yeah. Were you surprised, considering there's been so much talk, Andy, about the struggle Josh has to make 140 pounds, whether or not he's still got that fire? Obviously, he's still got the fire, because, as you say, he almost looked like he was down and out after round 6, and then we saw the old Josh come back again.
Yeah, the question was about the fire, but he showed he had the fire, but what he did also show that he didn't have the nuance of the craft, because he just got beaten by a smarter fighter, like a more clever fighter, because Taylor was just attacking in straight lines, head in the one spot, rarely moved his head. When he did, he had great success with the left hand and the slip to the right, slip, left hand, slip, right hook. But all Catterall did was just stand tall, let him come at him, move his head to his left and throw his left hand. Very hard punch to defend against, but listen, we're going back over for... I do believe Catterall won the fight. I thought it was right in the balance going into the last round. It could have went either way. Catterall won the last round for me. But it was so close. It was so close. Yeah. But you have to say that Taylor made the fight. Because if Idiot Boxer stood back, it would have been very boring. But forced the thing and made it excitement.
Yeah, look, Ali Drew is in the Catterall dressing room. Let's hear from the Catterall team and the rest of them.
Weirdo.
Yeah, so I'm here in Jack Catterall's dressing room. The full team is here celebrating. Manager Sam Jones right here. Just initial reaction to that win.
My heart palpitations. It's not good for your health, but it's a great fight. I think Eddie was worried it was going to be a stinker, but it wasn't. It lived up to expectations. It really was a fantastic fight. Josh put on a fantastic performance. He was hurt quite a few times in that fight. Jack had to dig deep at times in there, but he was the clear winner. I thought the scores were a little too wide, but Jack Catterall was the clear winner, and it's big redemption, and it's a huge night for Jack. His future wife, his whole team. Yeah, his future wife. They're getting married in 10 days. So yeah, it's a good job he won. Otherwise, Nigel had to change his vows, and his face isn't too bad either. He's got a big blister. But no, it's a fantastic night. It's the biggest night I've been involved in boxing. It's the best night, and I couldn't be any more proud of Jack. He was outstanding.
Yeah, let's bring in fiancée Lauren. How proud are you of Jack tonight?
Oh, so proud. He did amazing. I'm just glad that we've finally got to do it again. And yeah, brilliant night. Enjoyed it. Absolutely boiling. Absolutely going to lose my voice tomorrow. But yeah, so happy it's done.
And a great setup before the wedding.
100%. 10 days.
Enjoy it.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Right, we'll just head in, see who else we've got. Jack is sat here. Jack, now you've come back into the dressing room. How are you feeling?
Feeling good. It's a weird feeling. It's bittersweet. I thought I won 2 years ago. I won tonight, and we can close that chapter.
And you got ice on your hands, but overall, you're feeling okay?
Feeling good. I'm excited. It's expected. It's a fight. Josh, tough competitor, but we move on and bit of downtime and get married next week.
A very exciting fight. Just touch on the scorecards. Presumably you thought you'd done enough to win, but did you think it was as wide as the scorecard suggested?
You know what, I'll have to watch it back. I felt in control. The rounds that I took off, thought I still won the rounds, edged the rounds out, being sensible. I'm not a judge. I'll watch it back, but I thought I won the fight clearly.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Right, I'm going to head back to you in the studio. We're trying to look for Jamie Moore and Nigel Charis. I don't think they're in here, but everyone is celebrating, so back to you guys.
I'm waiting for the champagne. I'm about to go back there myself. I don't see any drinks, no bubbly, nothing. Might stay out here with you guys. One thing he did say there, which is interesting, is it closes the chapter. But there's been a lot of talk about, because how close it was, you could do a trilogy between those two.
You guys
is there a third one?
You guys want to see a third?
Yeah, they could have gone for 15, 20, 30 rounds for me. I'm enjoying that.
Enough in the end to see a third?
Yeah, and not about controversy. It was just an excellent fight. Yeah. Two good competitors, and the styles gel well. Take it back to Scotland. It'll be a sellout again. Fantastic.
World-class fighters.
World-class fight indeed. Talking of world-class fighters, here is the current top 5 140-pounders in the world. How far away do you think Jack or Josh are from this list? The list is going to come up, I promise. It's coming up now.
Before the list even comes up, they're both amongst it, and they're both in it.
Here's the top guys at 140 pounds. Teofimo Lopez, arguably #1 now. Sabrina Matias, everyone seems to be avoiding him, the IBF champion. Ryan Garcia, there's a big asterisk there, obviously coming off the win against Devin Haney, but we wait to see what's going to happen with him. Devin Haney on the list as well, the current WBC champion, and Isaac Cruz, the Pitbull, the WBA champion. How does Catterall match up with any of those?
Matthias is the one you want to go, hey, I don't need him right now because he is super, super dangerous. If you got a good manager, he's not picking him. Not anytime soon.
No, that's the one that you swerve. Ali Drew is now backstage with Jamie Moore.
Yes, Jamie is back in the changing rooms, and an emotional end to the night.
Yeah, it's oh God, my voice is gone. You know what, Josh, you've got to take it out to me. He closed the gap down the stretch. I had Jack by 2 or 3, but you know, I'm just so glad the right person won.
Yeah, he certainly did, and obviously we saw your reaction to the last fight, and you know the words that were said afterwards due to the decision. The scorecards were wide tonight, but as you say, you believe the right man got the decision.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the fight in the end was probably a bit closer this time than it was the last time, and the scorecards was wider. So it just goes to show, you know, judges the way they interpret it is differently. But for me, Jack won the rounds, and the rounds what he won them bigger as well. So his moments were bigger, and you know, I just feel relief for him. I feel relief for him because we've had over 2 years of sort of, not being funny, I've been thinking about Josh Taylor as well because I'm his coach. So like, you know, and I've got so much respect for Josh, especially even more so now after that fight, because I know what Jack can do, and I know the kind of power he carries and the skill set he's got, and the way Josh pulled it back down the stretch and you know, gritted his teeth and dug in, testament, you know, take me out to him. But I'm just so glad for Jack Catterall.
Yeah, and you sound tired. You're going to have a rest now before the wedding?
I feel emotionally exhausted. Can't wait for a rest now.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Right, back to you guys in the studio.
You know, as I was just sort of listening to them, one thing that sort of sprang to mind for me was, look, we've had some amazing cards all around the world. Obviously, look, I fly off to Riyadh, Saudi Arabia for the 5 versus 5 next week. But it's so good to have a big fight back here domestically. Packed out arena. That's what you guys have all done over the years. And it's so good, isn't it, to see it back again?
Nothing beats a solid, proper domestic grudge match. The sellout arenas, the atmosphere is...
It's unbeatable.
Oh, exactly. It's undefeated because our atmospheres that we generate over... Listen, the greatest atmosphere I ever felt was his night.
Headingley.
I have never...
Oh, my Lord.
So what we got to...
I had my own security guard. It was crazy.
We got 50% tonight of it. But when he's on and he gets the right dance partner, it's unbelievable. Listen, Mike City does it, Liverpool, Manchester does it, London does it on AJ night. So the country on a whole is capable of it, but you'll never, ever touch or beat a UK domestic grudge match.
For the last 10, 15 years, we've been flying the flag worldwide. You know, America used to be the place. When I was growing up watching likes of Ricky Hatton and Joe Calzaghe, Nazim Ahmed and Lennox Lewis, America was the place to go. But we've been flying the flag over here from, you know, tops of Scotland right down to London. This is where the atmosphere and the big fights have been, and when you get a big fight like that, it can't be beat.
Don't forget the Irish.
Don't forget the Irish.
Don't forget the Irish. Because we only have to say.
You know, we'll give Josh a good run for his money when it comes to atmosphere.
Let me tell you, I'll never forget what Conor McGregor can generate.
Yeah.
That he just, what I've seen him generate is frightening. So.
Josh, from one crazy atmosphere, tomorrow another crazy atmosphere for your team, Leeds against Southampton. Championship playoff final. Excited?
Yes.
Nervous?
Excited, a little anxious, but you know what? I think it's going to go our way. Back to Premier League, we will go.
Yeah, behave yourself down there as well, right,
I will
Josh?
do. I will do.
Right. All right, it was a fight which certainly lived up to the hype, and after 12 hard rounds in front of an electric atmosphere here in Leeds, it once again went to the judges' scorecard, but this time it was El Gato who got the nod. Maybe it's a world title shot next for Jack Catterall, or could there be a Taylor trilogy?
When I go in there against Jack and punch him with real intent.
I want to make it slow and painful because that's what he deserves.
Either hurt him or render him unconscious. You know, I don't really care.
Hate's a very strong word. It's said with a lot of passion. This is personal.
I don't like him, he doesn't like me, so what? I'm going to have fun.
Now it's my time to put this muppet to bed. Once that bell rings, I'll be ready for anything.
This is the ultimate grudge match between two of the world's best super lightweights. This one is personal.
Away from the pride, away from the honour, away from the hatred, it's a must win for their careers tonight.
It's been a long, long time coming. Good left hook from Catterall. Of course there would be a clash of heads. The jab is just excellent, isn't it, from Catterall? Tremendous attack again. Oh, positivity from Taylor. Clash of heads again. It was worth the 2-year wait, wasn't it? Jack Catterall is crowned the winner.
Boxing on DAZN, sponsored by William Hill.